People in real time.
Yes, family. Let me just put this on pause. Greetings. Greetings. Welcome to Politically Incorrect. You already know it is. Greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Wazir Menin. One perfect balance. Yeah, so I had to drop in here real quick little short, do a little shorts tonight, probably about 20 minutes or so. But I just wanted to share some information that came across over the last couple of hours that I think is very relevant, and it pertains to Barbados, us, and the rest of the region. So, having said that, I decided I'm going to jump on here tonight and just share some thoughts, yeah, with the family. So, go tell a friend to tell a friend real quick. We up in the building. Monica, I see you. Blessed good night to you too. Yeah, I give thanks. I definitely got to share this though. There was a meeting yesterday by the Democratic Labour Party, and I just think it's relevant, very relevant, in light of all that's going on with the whole budget and all the different things and whatnot. Like I said to you, I've been saying it for a while. It's all political meetings, really. You know, you're either for one or against the other. It just is how it goes. And we're at the point where now we are seeing this thing kind of heat up a bit. But we got to understand the role that Mia Montley is playing in this whole scheme of things. Now, I'm going to make the assumption she doesn't know, just to give her the benefit of the doubt. But in reality, she's an intelligent woman. So I find it hard that she doesn't know what she's doing. But I got a message from some colleagues, you know, and they sent me a clip that spoke to the fact that Mia Montley has been very instrumental in this operation, this Black Alliance is what they're kind of calling it, which is strange. And how we are being played, or we are being played by America. And apparently Mia Montley is in the forefront of this thing. So in one breath, I even see an African channel, and I probably should send the guy this clip, you know, hailing her for what she said about Israel Prime Minister and what's going on in Palestine, about the the whole occupation and the genocide of people. And yet on the other breath, imagine in the same sentence, in the same presentation, she's talking about basically occupying Haiti. Now, folks can argue and debate Haiti is a failed state, it's this, is that, and this, and the third. The reality and the fact is, Haiti has never been given the chance to grow. It has never been given the chance to grow. It has constantly been under some form of occupation in one way or the other. So we're going to touch on that a bit later on. I'm actually going to play the clip where others in other parts of the world are actually talking about our prime servant, not so good way. So this is the interesting thing. I don't know if she's aware of this or not. Again, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt because I know how much media might mean to her, but not to the standpoint where people are starting to see you for who you are, Mia, and they're talking about it. And so, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to unfold, but let's. I'm gonna play that clip later on, and you need to watch this. But I want to play this section first from the Democratic Labour Party. I think it's important, and let me just add that right there. Pull Ronnie up, and this is where it gets really interesting, family. Now, you know how the Democratic Party usually is. You know, they've been very quiet to some degree, but they've been doing work on the ground. And this is some more work that they've been doing on the ground. So you gotta get jacket when Jack is right. So it's only right to go to the people. It makes sense to get out there now in the early days before, they call election and you only appear around election time. So it's a good strategy by the brother and the whole Democratic camp. But what he said last night was profound. And again, it's a perspective. If I didn't know any better, I would think he was watching Politically Incorrect. But anyhow, I go and play this clip, and y'all listen carefully to this, what he actually said first night.
Carefully about how we're going to finance that with our aging population. So these are our statistics. More old people, less young people, high debt. Recipe for disaster. That's a recipe for disaster. We are also hurtling towards a debt trap. But what I want to do now is also give this a little bit of context in terms of the debt restructuring and where we are and the effects that had on Barbados. And then we're going to talk about some ways out of this as we proceed in the night. So currently, Barbados is now number 62 in terms of the United Nations Human Development Index.
Number 62 on the Human Development Index. Now, I don't know if that means anything to y'all, but number 62 is kind of low, which is funny because we're supposed to be a growing nation. Unless, of course, we've been lied to. But I'll let him tell it.
We moved from 2017, 2018 at number 56 to 62. Of all of our Caribbean neighbors, we are doing the worst. St. Kitts moved from 73 to 51. Antigua from 74 to 54. Bahamas from 60 to 57. Trinidad from 63 to 60. Grenada from 78 to 73. St. Vincent from 84 to 81. Every single country around us in the Caribbean is improving. So the government is constantly blaming on COVID, ash, and the freak storm. I bet you tomorrow in the budget, you can hear COVID, ash, and the freak storm, or sometime during this week, that is going to be used as an excuse. The reality is, and this is the question I want you to bear in mind, why are all of our neighbors in the Caribbean improving and we are not? They went through the same COVID, some of them went through the same storms, some of them had the same issues with ash. How are they doing better on the United Nations Human Development Index, which is monitoring and measuring things like education, access to healthcare, youth development policy, infrastructure, housing, all of these things they are doing better at, and we are actually declining at the moment. That is just the reality that we are facing. Now, add to that the debt restructuring program. And I want you to understand what the government did in this debt restructuring program was intentional. I want you to understand that where we are was a choice by the Barbados Labour Party government and a choice not to prioritize you, the people of Barbados. The choice was made to follow the strictures of an IMF program over what is good for the people of Barbados. Because if you were following what was good for the people of Barbados, there is no way that our Human Development Index qualifiers will be moving in the wrong direction. So when the government went through the debt restructuring program, the government decided to change the debt profile for some of the people that had loaned it money. Now, what that meant for you, and this is a choice, they wrote off $1.3 billion for the NIS. That's your money. Gone. Wipe out. And then now they're complaining that the NIS is in trouble. Well, it's in trouble because you wrote off the money that you owed it. That's why the NIS is in trouble. Do not let anybody fool you or any other qualifying factors, because when you read the actuarial report, it points to that fact. It tells you the biggest problem facing the NIS was the debt write-off. That's one. Then they write off $1.6 billion to the Central Bank of Barbados. Then they write off $100 million to the University of the West Indies. Think about the three institutions that they chose to jeopardize in order to get their debt restructuring program to get IMF money. The NIS, UE, and the Central Bank of Barbados. Three things that are pillars of Barbados: your education, your monetary and financial stability, and your pensions. And you chose those three institutions to build the debt restructuring program that you tried to brag about on. Therefore, the debt restructuring program has been built on the backs and of the blood and sweat of ordinary Barbadians. All of you in this room are suffering and paying for this because the government of Barbados decided that you were to suffer and not others. And it gets worse. Let me tell you the other part of the story. In making that decision, guess who the government did not cut and did not jeopardize their loans? The private sector.
The private sector. You know, this is interesting. I mean, you can't answer a better explanation than that. You know, it makes you wonder when you start hearing these things, because you only hear these things when it comes time to election and campaign, and these things kind of come out. It's called come out time. So let me get this here straight. They write off billions of dollars, just write it off as if it was no big deal. Although the money it did go somewhere. Bear in mind, family, the money didn't just vaporize into thin air. It didn't just poof and disappear. That's not what happened. So we know that it went to somebody somewhere, got that in a pocket, in a brown bag, under the mattress, under the doghouse. It's somewhere. We know that. But they wrote it off. Okay. Where do we find ourselves now going forward? It's like, who do you trust? Totally pension, education. Who do you trust? Where do we go from here? Because ever so often, it's been the same political ping pong back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But who benefits regardless of the political ping pong? Who? The proverbial private sector. The private sector does not fail. They do not fail. They be good regardless. Going and coming, they good. Now, why is that? What is it about the private sector that the people don't get? People don't understand. That's why we talk about marches and whatnot. I have yet to see the Indians rally around the marches. I'm yet to see the white Barbadians rally around these marches. You know, the funny thing is because most of those are merchants. Most of the Indian community are merchants. Most of the white Asian community are merchants. They ain't got no need to be marching nowhere. Why? Because the merchants are the private sector, and they're the ones that benefit regardless of who is who and what is what. So these are things we got to really consider, family. Like, where are we going with this? Because, oh, by the way, let me post the link to this particular video they had. Put it in the comments down here. Yeah. For those interested, you can watch the rest of the comments later on. Beverly, I see you. I see you, Bev. You can go watch the link, watch the rest of it. It says a whole bunch of other stuff. I actually watched the program, but at least most of it. It's quite interesting to hear the perspective and the views and trying to see if there's a difference going forward. Because if we're not talking something different and we're doing the same thing, it's going to be the same result every single time. And because the people believe in this. So although I might see things different from my own perspective and others might have the same opinion, there are a lot of people who are still entrenched with this two-party system and wholeheartedly believe in it. You know, the idea of tribalism. So one of the things that Ronnie spoke about also was one Barbados. And we are told one Barbados. Are we really in this together? This one Barbados? It sounds that way, but economically it looks different. If y'all been to the supermarket lately, and he does speak to, he does a scenario about buying chicken and potatoes at the supermarket, spending $100 and what you got for that. I thought that was quite interesting. Although I doubt very much Ronnie goes to the market with $100 bill, but he seems to have a good idea how far or not it goes. What I would say though is that we have become so dependent on a system that has basically manipulated and misdirected us for so long. And the prime servant that we have at this point in time is no different to anyone that was before. They all come with good intentions. However, the road to hell is paved with such ideas. Here's reality, though. When I came across this footage of our prime servant in another discussion with another set of people speaking about her, and not necessarily in a good way, I found it quite interesting because normally everyone is praising her as this, great leader and whatnot. And I don't doubt she has all those skills. We don't doubt that she's working. My question, as always, is who she's working for. Well, in this clip, we actually found out who she's working for. And the reason I'm juxtaposing the two of those, the Democratic president speaking and what you're about to hear now regarding Miss Motley, like, I'm not even going to touch the budget. It don't even make sense to touch that. Like, touch it for what? Because we already know that whatever's being said, whatever's being promised, is just that, what is being said and what is being promised. But we know from history that almost none, when it comes to politicians, this is what it is. Believe none of what you hear and half what you see. Believe none of what you hear and half what you see. Because that's just the nature of it. That's just the nature of it. But I want to play this other clip in relation to what's going on and let you all be the judge of this. This is where it gets interesting. Jean-Pierre. Yeah.
What occupation means is this. And so now, and these were the people who were under UN rules of engagement. This mission to Haiti is not under UN rules of engagement. And for people to say, for those running these negotiations to say that the first requirement to be able to participate in this conversation is to allow this foreign force of Kenyans who don't speak English, who are known for their human rights abuses, to me, that's a very big problem. And I have to say just one thing quickly. This reminds me of something that Dantes Bellegarde, who was a Haitian diplomat in the early 1900s while Haiti was also under occupation, where he said, God is too far and the United States is too close. And I think this is what a lot of people are feeling right now in Haiti.
And finally, is this going to allow Henri to come back into the country now that he said he is planning to step down? And what about the implications that Henri was involved with the assassination of Moise, having spoke repeatedly on the phone to Badio, who is the man in the room with Moise and the Colombian assassins who identified this is the president for them to kill and had been to Henri's house multiple times. So was he implicated, and do you think he will come back to Haiti?
Well, I think I'm not sure Henri will come back to Haiti because, you know, he's become persona non grata, even though I think he's not the main problem. The main problem is the so-called international community running Haiti. Henri.
The main problem is the international community running Haiti. That's the first thing I want y'all to pay attention to. First thing.
Is implicated in the assassination, which is why we also have to ask why the U.S. supported Henri all these 30 months, despite the fact that they knew that he was implicated in the assassination. What Henri has to be concerned about is the U.S. sanctioning him and also later on charging him in this assassination. And so, you know, I'm not sure this solves a problem that's been going on in Haiti. People said, you know, journalists were reporting that the streets were calmer yesterday, but I'm not sure that people are going to take this, because what it does, it just demonstrates that Haiti is continuously under this occupation of these foreigners. And I have to say, one of the other conditions that Mia Motley, working on behalf of the U.S. said was, in addition to for you to be at the negotiating table, you have to accept the multinational corporation, but you also have to accept that when there is an election board set up for the transition, that those negotiating cannot disagree with the results of the election board. And so they set the parameters for them to choose the next leader of Haiti. And that to me means that this problem will continue, and there's going to be more flare-ups in the next few months, in the next few years, if we don't catch this by its root, if we don't stop this problem by its root, which is the constant U.S. imposition of its terms on Haitian people and the denial of Haitian sovereignty.
The denial of Haitian sovereignty. You hear that? So Mia Motley, I gonna play that again. Just that last part. I hope y'all listen to that. Yeah, I hope y'all caught that.
Set up for the transition, because this solves a problem that's been going on in Haiti. People said, you know, journalists were reporting that the streets were calmer yesterday, but I'm not sure that people are going to take this, because what it does, it just demonstrates that Haiti is continuously under this occupation of these foreigners. Mm-hmm. And I have to say, one of the other conditions that Mia Motley, working on behalf of the U.S. said.
Mia Motley, working on behalf of the U.S. Don't wait, hold on. Don't miss that, family.
That Haiti is continuously under this occupation of these foreigners. And I have to say, one of the other conditions that Mia Motley, working on behalf of the U.S. said was, in addition to for you to be at the negotiating table, you have to accept the multinational corporation, but you also have to accept that when there is an election board set up for the transition, that those negotiating cannot disagree with the results of the election board. And so they set the parameters for them to choose the next leader of Haiti. And that to me means that this problem will continue, and there's going to be more flare-ups in the next few months, in the next few years, if we don't catch this by its root, if we don't stop this problem by its root, which is the constant U.S. imposition of its terms on Haitian people and the denial of Haitian sovereignty.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. I speechless, man. Speechless. Miss Motley, working on behalf of the U.S., said, and she outlined it clear, if you don't agree, if you want to sit at this table and make decisions, you have to agree, and you can't challenge the decisions we make. Oh? So basically then, it's a Caribbean face or black faces, but America's pulling the strings. Yep, man. Listen, I don't think we have the ability to grasp the capacity of how deep this thing really goes. Like we in Barbados, we falling from the chart slowly. Interestingly enough, what happened in Haiti could happen here very easily. I mean, literally very easily, because we already know how the blocks go, and some politicians working with the blocks. You know how that go. We already know. So it's like, well, wait a minute. What's to stop that from happening here? I telling you, man, family, all I'm saying, right, is that y'all heard what she just said. Like I said, a lot of people are praising Miss Motley in one language, in one place, and the others are like, yo, hold on. Haitians do not look Prime Minister of Barbados. First of all, listen, we need to separate Miss Prime Minister from the Barbadian people. We don't endorse that. And I know a lot of Barbadians right now ain't saying nothing, which is funny because I think it needs to be known. Like, look, yo, hold up. We don't support that. We have no problem going to Haiti and helping in what they consider the peace. She said that this is not even a UN peace initiative where at least you have the illusion of human rights being put in place. This is an American-led operation, which I gave you all the documents last program. I gave you all the documents. Go look it up. This is CARICOM caved in under pressure to an attack that America has for Haiti. This is not what you think it is, man. And so when they set up this whole new government and give the Haitian people the government of their choosing to do it as they see fit, well, they talking about locking up and slaughtering people. That's what they're talking about. And to sit back and agree with that is like, when the truth is, these folks are fighting for their freedom. They're fighting for their freedom. Haiti had been fighting for its freedom for a long time. Long time. People are tired, man. People are frustrated. People are overwhelmed. And we seem to think that our prime minister or our prime minister, like nobody in Barbados, I mean, Ronnie, I know if you're watching, but you got to speak to this, man. Mr. Thorne, one of y'all that say y'all for the people, nobody's talking about this. Forget a budget. Nobody's talking about the fact that we are sending Barbadian soldiers to murder Haitian people, all because America has put a check on the table. Because none of y'all was looking at Haiti before that money came up. It was 200 million, then it became 300 million. I think some countries got more than that. So wait a minute. Nobody's going to say a word about this. We got people marching about free Palestine. The Muslim community out here talking about they want everybody to come out free Palestine. Okay. But guess what? Haiti needs some help now. Y'all gonna come out and march for us? And the march is man. It's obvious, man. It's obvious. So it's obvious. All I want to say is, man, yeah, it's obvious, man. He said, I want to hear raw facts, national debt, debt to GDP ratio, debt to revenue ratio, sovereign debt management, progress, deficits, current account, foreign exchange, or in other words, benefits. Yeah, well, you want to hear that. Again, it's a promise to a fool. I mean, the government going to get there and tell you everything they think you want to hear. And most folks will be like, okay, yeah, that sounds about right. And they're going to fall back in their seats. Of money's expenditure invested and spent, especially borrowed money from the IMF, World Bank, and other financial institutions. What's the prognosis? What's the outlook? I need undisputable, empirical, evidence, I guess. Well, I'll tell you what. All that's going to come out eventually. It always does. But then nothing happens. I remember when Miss Motley came in the office, she had a bag. I think the reporter was David Ellis. And we talked about, she brought out all kind of receipts out the bag. I just wondered where that bag went because I noticed the bag disappeared. I just noticed that. It just disappeared. So Denial of Haitian sovereignty is true. So come out things. Daffodil, I going to tell you this, right? And the reality is this, man. We could point fingers all we like. Who writes the checks? Is that who call the shots? Who writes the checks, call the shots. We're going to talk this, right? And here's the reality. If we do not, as a people, recognize that a threat to one of the Caribbean islands is a threat to all the islands. They talk about they want peace in the region. They've always had peace in the region. They want peace in the region. The Caribbean was never no peaceful place. They want peace in the region. Let me show you something. This is crazy. At one point, Kitts had the highest murder rate per gross capita a few years back. Was no outcry about that. We didn't talk about Jamaica. We didn't talk about Trinidad, Guyana. The Caribbean was it Haiti? Come on, Haiti had not been peaceful for a long time. So this whole game of we want peace in the region to stay. No, y'all want to make it where white folks can leave their northern countries and come down here. That's what it is. So the aim right now is to recolonize the region. That's what this is. And I only say recolonize for the sake of conversation, because as far as I'm concerned, it was always a colony. It was always a colony and never changed. And then looking to put new guards in place. That's all it is. Bottom line. Put some new guards in place at the old one. I need this link, please, because hold up. This clip play on CBC. Oh, no, I don't think this played on CBC. CBC ain't going to play this. Not right now anyway. At all. At all, at all, at all. An American-led Haitian invasion that was sanctioned a long time ago. It's a fact. It is a fact, Ron. That's a fact. And the thing is this, what makes it even worse is that we have these Caribbean leaders on the piggybacking on the back of this thing and trying to grab as much money as they can. But in reality, they cares nothing about Haiti. They cares nothing about the young men and women that they're sending from Barbados and their respective countries to Haiti to be a part of this. This right here is going to prove to be the fall of Mia Motley. And Mia, I don't know if you're watching or one of your cronies watching, or I don't know if you care much about politically incorrect. I'm going to tell you this, right? You've done a lot of things that may have put you in a good position going forward, before. You see this Haitian move? All I'm going to tell you is this. Remember Napoleon the Great. Remember Napoleon. And he was 10 times greater than you could ever possibly imagine to be at the height of his career. And his deciding to go into Haiti led to his complete demise. In fact, the demise of France as a whole took them into the revolution after that. Revolution came out of that. So perhaps that's what you're called to do. Perhaps that's what you're called to do. Perhaps that's what you're called to do. And if that's what you're called to do, then you're going to have to fulfill your divine mission like all of us. But I'm going to tell you this, man. Of all the moves you have made, of all the moves I've spoken about, things you have done, this by far is your absolute worst. And just for the record, it will be your Achilles heel. You can mark my word on that. Because the universe is watching, man. The ancestors are watching. And you can't speak two languages and decide to go into Haiti and do what you're about to do. Like, that ain't gonna fly. But anyhow, So that's my 2 cents for the night. Like I said, I wasn't planning on sticking up. I just wanted to share that information real quick. I just wanted to share that really quick. That was necessary. But watch the link with Ronnie. Ronnie has a lot to say. And shout out to Tara, by the way. Big shout out to Tara. Massive shout out to Tara. And the family in Antigua. Antigua, you know who you be. Give thanks for the support always. And the rest of the Antilles, Dominica, St. Lucia. Shout out to St. Lucia too, by the way. And also the family that's in Yarramie, St. Vincent. And the initiative that's coming out of there very shortly. I got to finalize that. That's good stuff. Good stuff. One Caribbean, man. Grenada, Trinidad, Dominica, Guyana. And the rest, the whole Antilles, man. Like, we won Caribbean. We need to focus and work together. We need to figure out how we're going to stop these invaders from invading Haiti. We're going to have to figure that out, because I think at this point, someone needs to say something to the powers that be. Someone got to speak truth to these powers, because the Haitians know what they need to do to figure out Haiti. We just need to get out their way and give them the resources they need that was stolen from them by France. Imagine Canada, America, and France want to go back into Haiti. France got some flipping nerve, really. And America and Canada, the mere fact they side with France, they're guilty by association. France should get back all that money they took for all those years to rebuild the infrastructure in Haiti right now and see to it that it is completed. That's all Haiti needs, from education to health reform, housing, agriculture. I don't want to hear nothing. If y'all ain't talking that, it makes sense talking to me and Martley. You should be the one to say that, man. You always quoting Rastafari songs and this and that. You should be first one to tell France, go fly a kite. Go fly Uncle Charlie kite over Freddie Fence. The real thing. You should be the first one to say that and let them know that you're not supporting that. There's one Caribbean, man. Y'all need to pay back Haitians their money that y'all stole from them for all them years, man. That's what y'all need to do. And then we can start talking. As far as budget and whatnot, look, man, we could listen to budget all we like. It's a gimmick. They tell you one thing and they all invariably do something completely different. It has not changed and will never change. You know? Big shout out to Dominica too. I see you, Elder. I was just playing the clip, Elder, about the young lady talking about me and Martley in a very different. Me and Martley, speaking on behalf of United States. That is crazy. Look how they pin up. Look how they pick, because they're gonna say Barbados. They ain't gonna say me. They're gonna look at Barbados as a whole. And the Barbadian people do not. Well, I can't say they don't support her, because right now it's looking like they do. Because I ain't hearing nobody else making noise about this situation. This situation is a serious one, family. Anyhow, I suppose the budget got people distracted, you know, because people want to know how the money's spending. Because the private sector want to know what money they're getting. Imagine they bought out all the school uniforms in 1 year because of COVID. And the following year, people had to buy uniforms again, which I thought you had uniforms you bought so you could get away for free. I mean, you pay for them. So where were these school uniforms? And why was not the school uniform prices cut in half? I mean, after all, they're the same uniforms they were reselling, right? Because I don't think the government bought out the stock and threw it away. I mean, it was like it was going to go bad. It's a school uniform. So how is it that school uniforms, when school reopened after COVID, after they bought the stock from the merchants, how come the school uniforms wasn't cut in half, or at least a fraction of the price? To I mean, I'm sure it was the same uniform. I don't know. Maybe I'm not a good businessman. Something I don't know. Crazy. But we need to realize, family, that we don't support this. Barbados does not support this. What's going on at all? At all. We got to start separating the people from these ministers, because they're painting the country with one brush, making us look all bad, but we're not all involved. We don't support them in no form. It's Chris Lloyd, see you. Greetings. Yes, Waterloo. I know he lost that. He lost that because he put all his best up front. Waterloo, he put everything up front. He invested everything in what he had up front and failed to realize that the enemy was studying his movements all along. And he didn't protect his flanks or his rear. Crazy. Colonial host slave mentality and brainwash. Look, man, Kenneth, good to see you, by the way. I'll see you in a minute. But brethren, is obvious to me right now, right? That if we do not do what we need to do as the people and protect Haiti, the Caribbean, from the time we let them do this in one place, you know this is going to continue all across the region. Because if it is that gangs getting involved in stuff, I mean, Trinidad could be next. Rowley got some problems. Did not Rowley said he gave the defense force full immunity to function in their own capacity, to bring these gangs. All I'm saying, family, the government should be providing free uniforms for the children. I totally agree. Totally agree. So everyone coming out Saturday to protest the stepping down of Mia from office. Now, look, I'm going to be honest and I'm going to say this, man. If y'all really want Mia Mottley out of office, really want Mia Mottley, go down to Parliament tomorrow. Surround Parliament tomorrow. When she's actually there. Mia Mottley ain't going to be nowhere near this. She is nowhere near the walk on Saturday. Nowhere near. Go there tomorrow when she at Parliament. Surround Parliament. Pick it in front of Parliament. While she in Parliament. Go by Bay Street in front, in that where the government meet. I don't know, the government house or whatever the hell they call that place. Go where she's at. Go where she's at. That's what's up, man. In the afternoon at 2:30. I don't know what time she get to Parliament, but I'll tell you what, if the budget going on this week, well, it was today. It might be tomorrow too. Like, I don't know the dates and time, but that should be easy to find out. If she's going to be in Parliament tomorrow, it makes sense to go to Parliament tomorrow. Protest, march. You know, get these union people that say they got a little clout to call the union members. So listen, look, hey, this is what we're doing. Except for the bus drivers, nurses, and perhaps doctors. All right, we said teachers too, to some degree. Everybody else, put on pause, man. Put on pause. Put it on pause, man. Put it all on pause. If y'all really truly about this life, everybody talking about this life. Everybody about this life, man. Shut it down, man. Shut it down. Full stop. Nurses expect to work for obvious reasons, providing care for the people in the hospital and the health sector. Bus drivers to take people to their respective places respectfully to some degree. And quite frankly, for them concerned, it may not even need it because unless you're actually going to the hospital, you can arrange pooling for the nurses and doctors, the clinics, organize it properly, carpool, got enough ZR vans, give the men a little change, get along the nurses and pick them up, bring them on home. We don't need the buses. None of them. I'm saying some people stay home from work anyhow. Children got to go to school. They're at home. In fact, not only at home, we could set up a Zoom link or a sort of link that they could log into for online classes, you know. If that's the case, have a teacher at home somewhere, teaching the children at home somewhere. Remember COVID? They ain't blazed to the school. Since you ain't getting work anyhow, you're calling in sick. Come on, man. If y'all serious about getting me out of office, then do what is necessary. Don't play with it, man. Don't play with it. If you're really about that life, take it to the next level, man. Take it to the next level. You said, well, Tan's going to be there. Said Mia must go. Mia gonna go eventually, like everybody else that came before her. And the carnage gonna remain afterwards. And then whoever coming next gotta clean it up. And in about 5-10 years, you're gonna ask them to go too. Just how it go. And the carnage gonna remain, and somebody's gonna come in and clean it up. And in 5-10 years, you're gonna ask them to go too. It's a vicious cycle, but it's a cycle. When they're gonna reach the point where we realize that the Westminster form of government is not, has not, and will never work for us. All it does is perpetuate the slave master mindset. It doesn't empower the people in no form or fashion. It's never designed to empower the people. So long as you're using that method, you're going to get the same results. Doesn't matter who sits there. Doesn't matter who you bring to office. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. Anyhow, fam, like I said, I wasn't going to stick up. I just wanted to drop that information. cut off the head and another regrow. Reject the system and govern yourself. That's what's up. But the problem is, Rowan, a lot of people don't know how to govern themselves, because governing yourself means you're not held accountable for all that you do. And you got to be held accountable. Why would you not want to be? You know, so it's about getting yourself in right order, in right standing. You know what I'm saying? Slave master money keeping them. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. But anyhow, family, we're going to get it together, because there are programs and there are people out here making things happen and looking to make a change. And I support the change all along. Anything that's going to bring consciousness to the people, I support. But what I do know is that, you know, that alone ain't going to do it. Now, this 2024, man, we got two major problems. And that's Gen Z and the millennials. Those two generations right there is the biggest problem right now, because they have a different mindset altogether. Everything is now, fast, and free. And that's how they want it. So any government promising the next generation, which, by the way, are the majority voters, because the older population is on its way out, the young ones on the way up, and they don't think the same way. They want it fast, they want it free, they want it now. And the politicians fully understand that, and they're giving it to them. They're giving it to them. You know what I'm saying? So you coming, you're going to have to come correct, because they have been manipulated by social media and other means to see things very differently than how we see things. So they have the power. So you got to speak their language and communicate with them at their level, because they are way more aware of what's going on than we are. And their tolerance is a bit different. Very different. So I'm rolling with the youth, man. I'm voting for the youth. Definitely voting for the youth. Beverly said, we want the best for this country. Beverly, you know, it's your generation, unfortunately, that can't believe what they're about to see. But I'm going to tell you this, man. Sister said it best. Poor people fed up. Beverly, poor people fed up, man. Like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And that's the reality. There's no other way around it at this point. Haiti was the first country to gain independence from the colonial masters and had to find money to pay France and enslave them, put them in economic turmoil for almost 200 years. That's why I was saying France got to get that money back. And if Mia ain't advocating for it, and America ain't advocating for it, and Canada ain't advocating for it, and the rest of the Black Alliance that going into Haiti right now ain't advocating for it, and like I said, they're not going there to help Haiti here. So we, the people of Barbados, let it be known that we don't support the decisions of our prime servant. No, sirree. Like Netanyahu in Israel, separated from the people. Beverly say fed up also. Yeah, don't be fed up. But be fed up, but don't be fed up. Get up. If you fed up, get up and do something. Do something. You want Mia out? I mean, she's not going to resign because you say so. You need a large enough number in the country to make noise, to agitate stuff. You got to affect the private sector. So the private sector would call her and discuss with her was what? You got to affect the private sector, family. There's no other way you can get the government to change and shift. Telling her to come out ain't going to do a thing. Affect the private sector where the money make, they're going to call her. What's going on? What happening? Nobody ain't buying no more food. Nobody ain't shopping no more and doing certain things. Hotel businesses, for example, the people ain't folding the sheets, picking up after the tourists. We ain't doing none of that. Nobody ain't showing up to work. Nah, sirree. Nah, sirree. Anyhow, that's what's up. That's what's up. Anyhow, let me roll out of here. Thanks for tuning in and saving the energy and sharing the energy and the synergy. I just wanted to play that clip, man. I think that was worth it, man. Like when I saw that young lady, I felt her, like I felt that, like I totally felt that in terms of how they feel about Miss Montley and America. In fact, let me share that clip too, by the way, so y'all can watch this whole interview, because she has a lot to say.
Jemima Pierre, we want to thank you for being with us. Of course, we'll continue to cover this. Haitian-American scholar, professor at the Social Justice Institute at the University of British Columbia in Canada, research associate at the University of Johannesburg, just recently left UCLA.
Yeah, lots to be said, family, lots to be said. Here, look, that link is in the comments as well. Let me put that up here. Sean said it's a mineral wealth they are really after. That they will make billions after. Listen, man, I don't doubt it one bit. Economic embargoes is the way to go. Question is, do the masses have the testicular fortitude to follow through? Yo, Ron, you crazy here. I kid you not. You're a different species. Look, man. Here's a reality. Barbadians are special people. They're sleeping giants. And I know that when they reach a point where enough is enough, enough is going to be enough. Enough is going to be enough. Anyhow, shout out to my YouTube family. Shout out to the Facebook family. Shout out to the YouTube family, the new subscribers officially. Politically incorrect. I think they said about 1,000 subscribers now. A milestone. They said, boy, look, you can reach 1,000, you can reach 100,000. So, okay. So anyhow, shout out to the YouTube family for sure, and the Facebook family for sure, for always being supportive, and the questions and the inbox comments and the ideas and the links and the documents this year. I give thanks. You know what I mean? We're going to pull it together, family. Just a little snippets, stick and move. So I out of here. I got a tune I want to play though for sure. Now you got to play a tune. It's only right. This tune here is a massive tune though. Big tune. Just a little tune. Rise up, family. This is what people need, Ron. These are tunes will get any fortitude, man. Watch it. These are tunes that get any fortitude. Listen.
From the island to the continent, I hear the people cry. In the midst of all that's happening, the South was in denial. Dying from disease, dying from war. Hunger, no food, no water, no day in the reservoir. So my hype about them big critic, yeah. And the leaders, they live like a big superstar. Some gonna die without, some gonna fight it out. Out of this great tribulation, there will be a right selection. Better African, must come, better African. I realize sound now, better African, must come, better African. What a fire we are born.
Hey, we know how we boast no gun feet. When I go chant now, you been give it the drum beat. Irie heights come around street, and no one can stop we cause we compete. Africa must be free, a man don't see it. That's why we have to stand up on high feet. Irie heights don't fight, no surrender, no retreat. Come out of the kitchen, you can't stand the heat.
Yes, Maria. Let me fire blaze.
So the people get no justice.
Let me fire blaze, Maria.
Keep on pulling those strings. Irie heights so now been a victim. Better African.
Better African.
Must come. Better African. Irie heights so now play now. Better African. Must come. Better African. Irie heights so now play now.
Yeah, the Irie heights can't promote violence. So we have beg for the gun them silence. We want teacher with things that make sense, and pastor we preach and a whole reverend. Ask who hold the dollars and who own the cent, and make poor people can't find none for parents. One man own 25 apartments, and the poor man out there living in a basement. Say we born from the land of love, when it become the land of blood. land of envy and land of grudge. We want things just like it was when we used to walk up and kiss up and hug.
Better Africa, must come, better Africa. I react sound a plane now, better Africa. Must come, better Africa. Under the rising sun, better Africa. Must come,
Big tune,
better
family.
Africa. I react sound a plane now, better Africa. Must come,
Big tune, big tune.
Why,
Irie Heights, Irie Heights. It's Anthony B and Chessie. No sound can play this never before, and them still can't play this yet. Yes, Irie. I know how we say Irie, you know, up there at the heights. Yes. Straight love, straight honor to the whole Irie Heights family.
Hey, better Africa, must come, better Africa. I realize a place out there now, better Africa, must come, better Africa.
Yes, that's a happy family.
Better must come, better must come,
Better must come,
better must come,
Better
must come,
Better must come. Better must come, family. Better must come. It's a must. Don't get tired with it. It have to come. And it gonna come and be manifested thoughts. We gotta understand this last little nugget here, family. The system is designed to keep you busy with some sort of fear tactic going on. Something going on around you. And because we are the gods and the creators, by us focusing on these things the way they want us to focus on it, it manifests. No. We choose to focus differently. We see your narrative, we reject that narrative. We focus on a different perspective, and that's what we're focusing on. So imagine I manifesting this thought about a better Haiti, a better Barbados, a better Caribbean, a better world. Imagine you doing the same thing, and the other sister doing the same thing, and mama doing the same thing, and the brethren doing the same thing, and we all doing the same thing collectively across the territory, and we just hold our meditation. Yeah, you know what's going to happen? My daughter killing a cockroach. I would think she's trying to build a house. It's crazy. The power that we have over these things, you know, we got to realize they use fear to control us. Let go of the fear, family, and manifest your own destiny. You see what I'm saying? It's all the power of the mind. All the power of the mind. They don't even exist as far as I'm concerned. Free, sovereignty, self-governance, and build a community is what we're dealing with, family. Anyhow, Rastafari live, reign, and rule. Haile Selassie the First, Empress Rizera Menin. Y'all already know, one perfect balance. Yeah, big tune though. Better half you come, man. Manifestation time here, family. Better half you come. What about tune they got there lined up? Let me see what the tune had to be. I know another tune that had to be. I played that cable to tune the other day, man. That one there was a big tune, yeah. Wait, y'all remember that tune? I can't even find that tune now yet. It was Capleton and who? It was Capleton and it was Capleton and somebody else, man. Can't remember who it was. Oh wait, you know what? It was a tune I wanted to play. I don't even think. I don't think I can find it now, but nevertheless, I gonna look for it, man. Don't worry, we're gonna get to it. Daffodil, he said, "Drop it." She like, you funny, Ryan. Manifest, and it gotta come forward. I totally agree. Totally agree. You hear me? Let me put the Capleton on here, man. It's only right. I do the Capleton again. Capleton. I remember the tune is him and the brother. All right. Who's that? Oh yeah, I know the brother name. Yes, Prophet Elijah. I don't play this in a long time though. I don't really know this one here, man. No, wait, hold on. Ah. Okay. All right, family. I got it, but I had to get it different.
Maybe unity is the king of fire and tell Elijah prophet. All right, Babylon, they cannot stop it. Yo, let's tell him something. You come and tell me world peace when I use him and create the war. Yes, my brothers are dying, don't know what they're fighting for. I just don't know. You come and tell me world peace when I use him and start the war. Yes, my brothers are dying, don't know what they're fighting for. Everyone said total destruction, their annihilation. You sit with your corruption, you start your war and your fiction. So you politician, make no wrong decision. And at the end, only the people alone them are feeling. You come and tell me world peace when I use him and create the war.
Yes, family. Thank you, family.
Yes, my brothers are dying, don't know what they're fighting for. You come and tell me world peace when I use him and start the war. Yes, my brothers are dying, don't know what they're fighting for.
So my thing over with them. You see them all a killer, them own a big friend. Well, no, never real, not sober with them over the cliff. We now go over with them. Alright, so why you want to take a life and you never make a life? Rasta is the ultimate, the youths them want a better life. See them know, every man want to live the best of life. But Babylon them have a phobia with the better life.
You come and tell me world peace when I use him and create the war.
Yeah.
Yes, my brothers are fighting, don't know what they're dying for. You come and tell me world peace when I use him and create the war. Yes, my brothers are dying, don't know what they're dying for.
They know you come a war and say a peace. You kill from the north to the south, to west, to the east. But Rastafari come here to trample the beast. We tired of the innocent killing and the blood where you are deep. You never yet practice where you preach. Tell you want to kill off the people, them and live on the youth them like a leech. But remember when you saw that you go reap. That's why Elijah prophet have a gun word police. Yo,
you come and tell me
One word police,
when I use him and create the war. Yes, my brothers are dying, don't know what they're fighting for.
Serious.
You come and tell me world peace when I use him and create the war. Yes, my brothers are dying, don't know what they're fighting for.
Take them, man.
From the east to the west side, from France to Italy, go down to Germany. Why can't we live in unity? The people need to be free.
Yes.
Just face reality. Because the victim is only you and me.
Only you, yeah.
They come and tell me world peace.
Serious. Can't do without it, man. Tell me world peace, but them start the war. Imagine a humanitarian effort in Haiti, but American-led military attack. I hear that. Nah, support that. Nah, support it. No way, no form, no how. Man, look, in the history of man, we're living on the precipice of change. Can't make this stuff up, family. Cannot make this stuff up. If you want to do one more tune, though, Daffodil, what you feel, Daffodil? You got time for one more? You got room? You got room for one more, Daffodil? You got room for one more? I don't know why. There's one tune that we used to play all the time back in the days. I don't know. I didn't see this one in a minute though, right? There's a tune that we used to play that for the, remember? Cheese on bread. This tune didn't play in a minute though. I mean, they might shut me down for this, but they're gonna have to shut it down, man. Because you know me and checking, me and watching the field. They gonna start the right. Y'all have a beautiful night. They just shut it off. Y'all hear me? But yeah.
They want us to stay blind as a bat.
Please don't, man.
While they move sly as a fox. Oh boy.
Telephone,
yes, sir. I tell you, few people can see it. Many are blind to it. A change is on the way. Things will no longer be the same. Oh no. Hear me now. All eyes on America. People and places want to be just like America. And I can't understand why. When you have beautiful places like Dubai. Oh yeah. Lies and propaganda. They speak of Africa. I shot from Nairobi to Addis Ababa and find the truth for myself.
You're telling lies, man.
The world is more beautiful than you know. Cape Town to Accra to Lagos. So much beauty my eyes behold. So much is cool they have never told us. Like how much slaves died on Goree Island in Senegal. And how much never reached Caribbean islands. Why? The slave trade was wickeder than you know. And now they return to Africa for the gold and diamonds. Well, they make it seem like the land is just full of poverty and hungry belly. What a terrible conspiracy. No, it's a seed. Never the end of an era. No, we are right to the truth, but yeah. I am stronger than ever. It's a seed. Never the end of an era. No, we are right to the truth, but yeah. I am stronger than ever. See, I cried for Jamaica. It hurt my heart to see my people of Jamaica. Don't realize the reggae music is the savior. Preserving the knowledge of our former selves. Check the youth then in a Gambia. If you never know, you would have been born and raised in a Jamaica too. Them love the culture, Rastafari culture. Them live the liberty as well, yeah. Earth is the Lord's and fullness thereof. So I have the right to live where I'm loved and celebrated. No hate can keep me from anywhere in the world. No, it's a season. Ever the end of an era. No, we are right to the truth, but yeah. I am stronger than ever. General, it's a season. Ever the end of an era. No, we are right to the truth, but yeah. I am stronger than ever.
Listen.
What if I told you ancient stories? Was much simpler than they made it seem.
Word.
Would you try this over Zion way? Yeah. See how they doing the things over there. And if you thought there's something to fear, just some time back when you was a little dad, and they said don't do this, a child, don't do that, please. Maybe you said you do, maybe you said you don't, but then you figured it out, so life moved on. Yeah, to be the days of innocent fun. Now we're living with purpose in your kingdom. What's the problem? What you saying? What's the beef? Cause the future is determined today.
Ever the end of an era. No, we are right to the truth, boys. I am stronger than ever.
series of shows, family. You have a good local people like Mr. And a lot, my brother. Good thing to the next people, brother. Good thing moving the ball. Shout out to the family, NYC. Jackie, family up in Canada. I saw it go, man. I saw it go, man. I saw it go.
Yo, me love Peter, me love Grant, me love Morgan family. We love Morgan family, yeah, man. We live Gambia, me dey upon the gully side, you know.
Upon the gully side, you know. Gotta love my people, man. Look. Love the people. Just love the people, family. I'll see y'all on Wednesday, man. You know, doing something a little different. Plus, got an open ticket to the theater on Wednesday night. Want to give an open ticket. We got something coming up. Can't wait to tell you about it on Wednesday. Tune in, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's just we're taking the trip. We're taking the trip. Yeah. In order to know where we're going, we gotta know where we came from. I think that's important in this day and age to connect the dots for us and the sake of the children. So, y'all have a beautiful night, peaceful night. And let me see if I'm gonna do it this way on the way out for sure. For sure.
Real news for the people in
Yes,
real
family.
time. Politically incorrect. Reality from the man of the day.